Histin News Daily is your go-to podcast for a daily dose of history. Each episode dives into significant events, births, and deaths that occurred on this day in history. From pivotal moments in world history to intriguing anecdotes about famous figures, we bring the past to life in an engaging and informative format. I'm Chris Bernard. Stay informed and entertained with new episodes released every day, keeping you connected to history regularly.
Here are 15 notable events that happened on May 30 throughout history. 1431 Joan of Arc, the French peasant girl who led the French army to several important victories during the 100 Years' War, was burned at the stake in Rouen, France, for heresy. 1539 Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto landed in Florida, marking the beginning of a significant exploration of the southeastern United States. 1842 John Francis made a second unsuccessful attempt to assassinate Queen Victoria as she drove down Constitution Hill in London. 1854 President Franklin Pierce signed the Kansas-Nebraska Act into law, allowing settlers in those territories to determine if they would allow slavery within their boundaries. This act intensified the conflict leading to the American Civil War. 1868 The first Decoration Day, now known as Memorial Day, was observed in the United States to honor the soldiers who died in the Civil War. The event took place at Arlington National Cemetery. 1876 Sultan Abdulaziz of the Ottoman Empire was deposed and succeeded by his nephew Murad V. 1911 The first Indianapolis 500 automobile race took place, with Ray Harroun winning the race. 1922 The Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., was dedicated in the presence of former President William Howard Taft and Robert Todd Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's only surviving son. 1942 The First Battle of El Alamein began during World War II, marking a turning point in the North African campaign. 1948 The Schuman Declaration was made, proposing the creation of a European coal and steel community, which led to the formation of the European Union. 1966 NASA launched Surveyor 1, the first U.S. spacecraft to land on the Moon, which successfully landed on June 2, 1966. 1967 The southeastern region of Nigeria declared independence, creating the Republic of Biafra, which led to the Nigerian Civil War. 1989 The Chinese government declared martial law in response to the pro-democracy protests in Tiananmen Square, Beijing. 1998 Pakistan conducted its first successful nuclear tests, becoming the seventh country in the world to possess nuclear weapons. 2013 NASA's Mars rover Curiosity began its first full drill operation on Mars, contributing significantly to the understanding of the planet's geology and climate. These events highlight the diverse and impactful occurrences on May 30 throughout history, spanning different centuries and regions of the world.
Uncover lesser-known facts and intriguing anecdotes about historical events and figures that may surprise and inspire you. By engaging with history on a daily basis, you'll develop a stronger connection to the world and its rich tapestry of events and personalities. You can find Histin News Daily on popular podcast platforms like Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Subscribe today to start your journey through history, one day at a time. I'm Chris Bernard. Thank you for listening to our Daily Today in History podcast. Remember to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on YouTube for updates, behind-the-scenes content, and discussions about history's impact on our world today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow and find out more today in history.